talk about how I feel about things because I think it's important. People stuff stuff inside too much and it's causing great harm to themselves individually and to all of us collectively. So let's just chill the fuck out for a little bit. I'm talking to me too. Actually, I'm in a pretty good mood today. Is regardless of events that are transpiring, you might as well, man. You might as well laugh. Freaking 51 years old, failing history because I didn't buy any of those silly stories that they told me were true. Now, America's over. America is ending. America is dissolving. 249 years. 250 years. Civilizations crash. And now we're watching the United States of America. It's kind of a trip. The freaking sun is throwing raspberries. Sun's up there all. Fuck you, Earth. See, it's real. I can explain this real easy as how I see how things are transpiring on planet Earth in an esoteric, as above, so below thing. We are our own Earth. Every being, dog, cats, little moms, we're all our own Earth. And there's information and data out there in the ethers, in the no-place space, and however we keep our vibrational frequency, we're going to attract to experiences on this earth. And you keep it nice and light, jovial, clean up after yourself, do the work in the morning hours when it's cool, and then go play at the river in the afternoon, balance, order, work when you can, get ready for the winter so when you're shut in you have everything you need. These are always the ways, and then things got carried away. People start taking less care of themselves. That lowers your vibration. You don't exercise, it lowers your vibration. You eat crappy food, it lowers your vibration. And then people just start feel bad about themselves and they just go around and do whatever they want to do. On yachts and Las Vegas and butt stuff and shit. Hey, what's up? So it creates an imbalance. And then you have all these organisms on planet Earth that haven't maintained themselves, and they've outnumbered the ones that have. So that's given Earth a cancer, so to speak. That's us. We're the cancer of the Earth because human beings lost their humanity. So there's divine order above us. There's a thing that just wants everyone to be happy and smile, and that thing has been obscured. I call it God. To me, it's God. It's good orderly direction. Never leave any man or woman behind. And there's so many people behind right now. I just think about my time when I was staying in a big fancy hotel on the island of Crete. It was a paid vacation, but I was contributing to bombing. And the consequence of the lives lost alone weighs on my self daily. And then I add to it how we scarred the earth. And then every day I ask God to help keep me alive another day so that I can take care of Mom. And to please forgive me for the harm that I have caused to others and to this earth. Because I know from birth, I have always known I was a child of the thunder. I'm standing turtle. my mom, little Loretta Sue. We're nobody. Really. We're just mother and daughter that did all the things against the odds with the power of our Creator, with nothing but the power of our Creator to support us. I take care of her because she took care of me. She fought against a system that was, the deck was stacked against her, and she's still got custody of us. So I owe her to keep her out of any sort of institution. So I will never put her in a home, and I have to take care of myself so that she can be comfortable. And it's getting harder. Man, I got an adrenaline jolt this morning. Dogs ate. They went out. I had a window. I was doing laundry. I had boiled the dogs' food for the next couple days. I didn't have to go to the store. I put off having to leave the house today. And I'm laying there and I'm watching Schitt's Creek on Hulu. Season 3. And I'm kind of glad I put watching that show off for so long, because I get to enjoy the first time for it now. So anyway, I'm laying there and I want to do something real quick. Hold on. The power tripped. The power tripped. There. That's better. And then I got the jolt, because I know what the sun's doing. The sun's freaking tripping out right now. The sun's freaking... But I look at the sun. I look at the sun as a light source. Yes, it is. Yes, a light source. And like the coronal wind that comes out, those are storylines. Like that's light. That's ether. We're getting blasted by which way do we want this planet to go right now. Is kind of how I see it. So what I was saying earlier is we are our own Earth. We're our own ecosystem. You can figure out how to take care of ourselves, like what's proper for us, hygienically, mentally, whatever foods we eat. And usually people don't want to do the work in which it takes to keep their Earth, their own planet clean and cleansed. And so they start polluting it, and then they toxic, and then they just, they corrode it, and then like we have all these cancers and autoimmune disease and all these people. Like, dude, when I was a little kid, people were not as sick and freaking feeble, and people were not as unhealthy as this in the freaking 60s, 70s, and 80s. The planet was so much different back then. It's been hijacked by free will. People have free will, and then this is what happens because they don't have any discipline. Must have missed my lip when I was drinking water this morning. Anyway, so you have all these energetic beings. I don't believe there's 8 billion people on the planet. I've never, like, how many people have dropped dead in the last 5 years, and they keep saying 8 billion people? No, there's not fucking 8 billion people on the planet. All these natural disasters that we will never ever know the actual numbers. We never know the actual numbers. They're never going to tell us. They don't want to look bad. They don't want to feel bad. Actually, people like that, people that allow things like these to happen, we're just not like having their own discernment and discipline and all that. I mean, for whatever reason, I mean, it happens, but not keeping yourself out of harm's way and all these things. Like, people, when are you gonna learn to learn? I mean, I made a lot of mistakes in my life, and very few of the mistakes that I've made in my life Like, well, no, I made a lot of, just kidding. I made a lot of mistakes in my life. A lot of the mistakes I made in my life, I made the same ones over and over. I haven't just got one of the most egoic things that you can find out about a person is like ask them, have you ever had a DUI? How many DUIs have you ever had? I've had two. I had one off base and one on base. So one is on my permanent record and one is off my permanent record. Actually, the one that was on my permanent record was like back in 1990. 5, 6, January, February 22nd. Yeah, it was a bad transit for me. See, I don't have any earth in my chart. So when all the electric energy starts happening, I don't like that electric energy. So what I used to do is I would drink so I would compensate. It would keep me from feeling, and it would keep me from fucking flying off the fucking planet. Keep my ass off planet Earth is what it does. But it lowers your vibration. Alcohol is one of the anybody that drinks alcohol and tries to tell me that they're a high vibrational being, okay, you're a high vibrational being, but you ain't processing it in a spiritual manner. You're using a toxin as a medicine, and I can't. I eat cookies. I'm down to that. Ooh, and I just started this liver stuff yesterday. I just started it. This is not an endorsement of any sort, because I don't even know. Mom and I just had it yesterday for the first time. It's so good. It's called Dose. This dude on TikTok my nose is running. This dude on TikTok that has he's a bodybuilder, and then his son has spinal bifida. And I've been around kids when I was younger that had it, So I always respect people that have mobility issues, and now that I'm getting them myself, it's that respect is just expanded. And plus, with Mom, her head injuries in her life, neurodivergence is our main thing. So Dose for your liver, and it tastes really good too. I didn't think it was. I thought it was going to be like, oh, that was going to be horrible, but I was wrong. Milk thistle, turmeric. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm kind of headed for a little rough patch, and then it'll kind of smooth out, and then I don't know. Actually, this is it doesn't matter. It's like ever since I was a little kid, I see how things go. I'm like, oh my God, based on people's behavior. That's how I see the trajectory of like how the future's gonna be, just based on people are acting. And in all kinds of groups. I take data points from so many more groups, personal groups. Weather is a great indicator on how reactionary people are being. Because how people feel within mirrors to the outside world. We create the weather, they enhance it, and it creates havoc. And pray for Kerrville, because they're getting flooded again. I like to talk shit. I'm trying to kind of go back to who I used to be when I was a teenager. Like, it's fun to rouse people. It's fun to talk shit. But there's a point you don't want to pass. You don't want to hurt feelings. Because when you hurt feelings, then you're not keeping it light and keeping it fun. You're making it personal. And I'm talking to you, Marge. I'm talking to you. So, I have felt a shift since Gemini's Uranus have butts. Jeez. Oh my God, this energy. I've eaten like so sparsely in the last 3 days, but I'm of the knowing that human beings consume entire. We're not supposed to eat the way that we eat. I've always been funny with food. Mom's always been funny with food. It's changing. Now we're like I'm on bean and cheese burritos. Mom gets a very wide diet because she didn't have a whole lot of choices in her life, and she started out in an orphanage for the first 3 years, and they frickin' hacked on her feet, and like Like, she had a shit time. Like, and when I was born, they cut her fucking uterus in half and took out one of her ovaries so they could give her fucking fake hormones instead of her having her own. Like, men are suck. They just suck. I know there's a couple good ones out there. I know one personally. I'm 51 years old, and I can say I can. In the fact that I can say I know one good man, that's pretty fucking sad. I mean, we're anyway. So Claire, Marge, keep it light. So trying. I tried. So because I got Aries Sun, and my chart is so activated. I look at it, and I'm just like. And I can't like lead, I can't go, I just do my little dumbbells. Because I can't leave because like the power trips. And I leave and the fans go off and it gets hot in here like that. And I can't, I gotta make sure mom is my main priority. And shit is fucking getting fucking shitty because people have used their free will to do shitty things in fucking America. And I wish they'd fucking chill out. And it's like, I'm not a fearful person, but for a lot of people, I feel the vibrational frequency of fear around me. Thanks, Lanatina's right. Because I live in Taos, man, and I know people are so angry that have been here. The Pueblo has been here for like 500 years or whatever it's been. Like, it's like, I don't know, there's the whole storyline with the whole Jerusalem and Mary and all this stuff. And it's like, you know what? History, I don't give a fuck about history. You know what I care about? I care about people that are fucking rotting in the streets, that don't have clean water to drink, and they don't have a fucking decent place to shit and wash their clothes. Because the more of people that become that way, the worse off it is for everybody else on this whole fucking planet. And those selfie-graded lizard butt stuff doing motherfuckers. Orange man bad. You think his Gemini is activated? My Gemini is in the 12th house. I got Saturn, I got Mars. Saturn, 29 degrees. I am a bigger motherfucker contrarian than you, and I have been a better person this whole fucking time. My record reflects. When was the last time I had a DUI? 2001, day before Veterans Day. I was supposed to march in a parade, but instead, I was at the hospital getting blood drawn because they said, do you want a breathalyzer or do you want blood? I said, I did what I got my DUI on base when I was at the shop walking around, because I don't got a shyster mind. And this is evidence of how I do not have a shyster mind. I am a truth speaker to my own fault. Okay? I was partying at the dorms that I used to live in. And then all the age group, maintenance group, we got to move across to a new renovated dorms. It used to be the security forces, the SPs, the security police is what they call themselves, the second lowest test scores in the military entrance exam. They do 2 years and then they go back and work in their local cop shop and then get new trucks and make $87,000 a year for being dumb as marbles. Yeah, so they burned the dorm down. Fucking, I think somebody even died. That's not funny. But they drank on they do stupid shit because they never get in trouble. They're always just gifted shit. They're never held accountable for anything. It's a bizarre mentality that creates, as you can see in America right now. So they burned down the dorms. It got renovated. Aid shop, maintenance, jets, fuels, all us. I mean, we got the new place. So we got the new. It's just like a brand new car, only it's a brand new apartment. And I'm thinking, God damn, why doesn't every American have access to housing like this? They could, because it was so easy. And I just started tracking all the misappropriation, like, because I grew up fucking poor, like, we had nothing. We'd eat popcorn for dinner. Meanwhile, people are moving here, flying there, and then I became a part of the system of why, and now fucking the whole America is crumbling because there's too much greed because it got too dirty. And it's not just America, but America. I'd say I'm talking about if I was in Europe, I would be speaking in terms of there. If I was in Russia, I'd be. It's like the greed has been like the great nothing on the never-ending story, and it's just consumed, and there's not enough goodness. So now Earth is an etch a sketch. Planet has 7 incarnations. She's coming up on her 4th. We're watching her 4th. I'm just like, I just go around going, God, if we're gonna go, I hope we all go together. Me, mom, and the dogs and the cat. I hope we all go together. Well, I don't think so. I think God brought us to Taos because mom was born here. And her DNA, she was born here. Like all these relatives, I'm surrounded by stupid cousins. Fucking literally. I think that is so hilarious. But she's happy. I'm happy. We're gonna go out laughing, because that's all we ever had is each other and laughter and our sense of humor. Like, don't let them take your smile. Don't you let them take your smile. And I'm talking about the borough brats. I'm just talking about the stupid fucking motherfuckers that run each and every town. Pasquale is the one that runs my town. And they spend bullshit funds. Because they don't do things like that. You don't build apartments for people that need it. You don't build it for people that need it. So anyway, the night I got my DUI, I was supposed to go in. It was 11/11. Was the day I was supposed to be in the parade, and I didn't make it. And then I went and got called to the car. So basically, I got screamed out by a lieutenant colonel that like hasn't seen his feet for like 25 years. It's just it's a show. It's just such a contrived reality. It's such a production. They line people up on the side of the runway. They take people out of their work centers. They take people off their jobs for hours. Like, they take 3 people from jets, 4 people from H, and we're already strapped for personnel to go stand by the fucking runway. So when one of the planes with the general takes off, everybody can wave goodbye to him. If that is not the most egomaniacal, fucking ritualistic, stupid, wasteful bullshit. And because of all of that, they can build stadium, tear down stadium, reinvent, like all this. They can make movie franchise after movie franchise, but you can't fucking put people in houses. Satan's won, and now God's about to fucking snap back. Because and it's not just because Satan's won. It's because they made an agreement. It's like, hey, just let them do whatever they want, and we'll see what happens. Now we're seeing what happens when so many people collectively do whatever they want, and they never do stuff that's uncomfortable that they just don't feel like, because all that shit still has to get done. Butts still have to get wiped. Infrastructure still has to be done. Work has to be done. People like billions of dollars putting into the infrastructure, and they never did anything. They just kept buying themselves new trucks. They just kept giving themselves better titles and letterhead and bigger computers and all this shit that don't matter. Because when the balance comes back, oh Lord. So yeah, I had a blood drawn done because I wanted to get as much trouble. I wanted to get in all the trouble that I deserved to be in. So my first, it was a 2-4. It was like a 2-2 and a 2-4, I think, were what my alcohol levels were between the first one. My first DUI was just because of a stupid girl with a pretty face. She already got a DUI. And I said, well, I haven't got one, so let's go downtown, Sac, and hang out and, check that out. And I'll drive because I ain't never got a DUI before. And I got pulled over because it rained and she drove a clutch, and I know how to drive a clutch, but I'd never driven a car, and I was intoxicated. This is why I don't drink. This is why I don't drink alcohol at all. Because these are the things I do. These are the things that I think are a good idea when I drink alcohol. So this is why I abstain. So that's all the fucking mess I leave out of the world. And I look around, and drinking is at an exponential level now. Like, people are getting, young people, 30s, 20s, cirrhosis, oh my God. And I used to, my longest stretch, where I would not have days in between, I went about 18 months. I drink Bud Light. That's white boy beer. That's what they called it. Marge, you drink white boy beer. I'm like, I don't care. Just leave me alone with my white boy beer. But then, yeah, but I always have a 12-pack or an 18-pack. Every night I drink at least a 12-pack of Bud Light, at least. And there's probably 7 days. On the low end, there was 7 days. On the high end, there's maybe 11 days. So a week to less than 2 weeks in that year and a half that there are days that I went without drinking in there, but every day I drink at least a 12-pack of beer for a year and a half. And there's people that, now they're like, oh, I drink that for, They're people that just, no. But I like whiskey too. I just like to escape reality, and now look at what reality is like, because so many people have warped perception. So look at what they're creating, and us people that are don't have warped perception, we're like, what the fuck is going on? They're making this shit happen, dude. They're fucking, by just creating the same memories, by keeping people stuck in the past, you're never gonna project yourself in a future. They're always trying to keep humans, humanity, whatever, in the same, and then they'll appeal to your emotion when they feel like it, but then at the other times, it's just all word salad manipulation. I come from that system, I just never got the advantage of it. My eyes look like they're offset. So now collectively, we're all experiencing what happens when people don't take care of themselves. Because it affects their mind. When you don't take care of your body, it affects your mind. And this is just your soul sack. In your body, mind, you have your spirit. You fuck up your mind and your body, your spirit don't want to be there. It can't handle it frequentially. So it jets. And now we have all these demons. I'm all hearing all these, how there's demons everywhere. Demons, all over demons. Any good boy. Good boy. Well, I know these sunblasts are really affecting him. Huh. Good dog. I'm going to turn on the vent. Mom should be getting up soon. You ready to get up soon, little old lady? Let me finish my talk, and then we'll pop you up. Low vent? We'll do low cool. Nope, that's high cool. See, and people are like, oh, it's the white guy. The white guy, they're the dangerous ones. Oh my God, it's the... And see, I never use color of people's skin and national. I know, because people, you could, there's just a meme. It's just people that are gonna be mean, and I just want to stay far away from the people. And now in New Mexico, they'll just fucking kill you. They don't even care, because so many people don't have souls. So, I never thought it was just the white guy, because I got an example of the program that was my brother. Oh my God, he don't even look straight. You know, and now I see what the world's become because of men like him. And I've just had to, like, you know, defend myself from these guys my whole life, and now other people are starting to say, oh my god, the world's run by assholes. You know, I don't care what people are, if they're freaking lizards, aliens, I don't freaking care. I care about what they do with what they are. You know, you can have, like, lizard aunties out here. Alien aunties, you know, the ones that any vibrational frequency that is voluntarily willing to care for the welfare of other beings aside from themselves in 2025 on planet Earth, and that's what I'm trying to make a kind of a safe haven for people to come and do laundry and make a nice gourmet meal, or if you don't know how to make it, I'll come out and make one for you. Shit, let's do it. You know, we'll talk about the places you've been, lessons you've learned. I'll share mine. Can take a shower. You mad? You frustrated? We got a rage room over there. Go fucking take some shit out. Or we got a garden. Go work in the garden. You know, like, there's all kinds of better ways to do things besides the bureaucratic way. I call them bureau brats because they're ass brats. I just have no respect for any system in America. None. There's not a system in America that I have an ounce of respect for or admiration of. They're all false for profits. They all just serve themselves. They all drive big cars, you know, go to conventions in Vegas. It's tax write-off vacations, you know, and you're surrounded by people that just, like, they don't even have the means, so the world treats them like trash, so they act like trash. Treat them like people, they'll act like people. I think it was what that whole Bible thing's about, like that whole JC frequency, Jesus Christ and stuff. You know, all these people, all these churches, God, they have so much fucking beachfront property and all this advantage that it never trickled down because fucking Ronald Reagan was just an actor. He just changed locations from LA to DC because DC is an extension of LA and no more, no less. It's all contrived reality. Just tell them this and they'll believe this, and they'll never ever go do anything for them fucking selves. Sometimes people do. But how long have I been talking? Too long? About 30 minutes. So. We're just every day is the day that we're together. I'm just grateful that I got with them. You know. That's all. So I got to keep my own system clean. I got to keep my own mind, my own body, my own spirit active. You know. It is supposed to be a little bit cooler where I live, and I'm grateful that I don't... Dude, fucking where I used to live? Holy shit. Because on my AccuWeather, I keep track of other people's storylines, because you have your born and raised that you know what they're doing what they did fucking 30 years ago, because that's all they ever did. Oh, softball season. Like, you get stuck in other people's cycles. That's what Facebook gets you to do. So, San Bernardino is only 70. But, like, I lived in Sacramento for a while. Oh, they're not too bad. What? Is this a quiet before a storm? What's Redding? Oh, Redding's the one that I think is getting it in the butt. But see, I did a screenshot yesterday, and they were like solid over 110 for like the next several days. And now that they're even going down below 100. But dude, it's all bullshit. 114, 105, 107, 107. It's all shit. Like, it all sucks. When I lived there, I was freaking, we just got our place off of Chris and Judy's couch after just moving to Redding. So I was like first grade. I'd gone to Lassen View school and to some other, so I'd already gone to 2 schools. Fucking God, my life. And then we got a place out of Project City. and I got the chicken pox. And we had a swamp cooler like we had now, but the place it didn't work. Like, I mean, this thing keeps this place cold. I gotta put a robe and I gotta layer up to stay cold. But we lived in this place. It was so hot, and I remember that laying on a sheet because the rug was like fire. So I'd lay on a sheet so it wouldn't make it, or it made me itch. The rug made me itch. Just wanted to scratch the pox. And then Mom didn't have a lot of money, so she could only run the swamp cooler for like 2.5 hours in the afternoon. It was 117. At the same time, it like helped me sweat my toxins out, but still that shit changes you. Like human beings are very sensitive beings, and then they put stuff inside themselves to make them more sensitive on purpose, and they think that it's making themselves feel better, and it's just sending them to the freaking source sooner. So basically, ultimately World War III is of a spiritual variety, and if you want to live, you gotta fight to live, and if you fight to live, it doesn't even guarantee that you're gonna be fighting the fight on this side. So love them while you got them. Do things for other people to inconvenience your fucking selves, or this planet is never gonna get better. And that doesn't mean donating money to bullshit organizations. This guy comes across my FYP, that t-shirts guy. Like all of the energy that's put into that, I'm just like that's like they give them free will, and this is what they do with it. So yeah, poles are flipping. Yes, catastrophic events are on the horizon. But hey, we had a good run though, right? That's all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.